A very good morning to one and all watching this video. In this video, we will be trying to understand the meaning of investment planning, benefits of investment planning, and the objectives of investment planning. So what is investment planning? Investment planning is defined as the process of matching financial goals and objectives with financial resources. Investment planning is the core component of financial planning. It is impossible to have investment planning without financial planning and financial planning without investment planning. Investment planning begins when you are clear on your financial goals and objectives. Financial goals are those which are being maintained for a future benefit. There are thousands of different investment avenues for individual investors and institutional investors. Most commonly used are cash and cash equivalents, equities, bonds, and property. Each of these commonly used investment avenues have different characters. One should remember that a good investment plan would usually contain all the discussed points. Now let us understand what is the importance and benefits of investment planning. So we have 5 important benefits of investment planning. Let us go through one by one. The most important benefit of investment planning is family security. Investment planning is important from the point of view of family security. If anything happens to the working member in the family, then the other members of the family will be financially secured if the person has made proper investments. The second important benefit of having investment planning is efficiently managing your income. There could be different sources of income to an individual. Income is scarce to an individual. So it is quite possible to efficiently manage the income and expenditure of a person with an investment plan. Managing income helps the person to manage other expenditures, the tax payments, etc. The third important benefit is financial understanding. Through proper investment planning, an individual can understand about his or her financial situation. It becomes easy for an individual to evaluate his investments or retirement plans by having proper financial understanding. The next benefit is saving. It is very important for an individual to have savings. So one should invest in those investment vehicles which are highly liquid in nature. Savings are made to meet emergencies. So you need money instantly when the emergency arises. So funds can be easily taken out from those investments in the form of savings in case of emergencies. Next is standard of living. The last benefit of investment planning and the most important for investment planning. The savings, whatever is created by an investment, is very useful in difficult times. For example, death of the working individual in a family affects the standard of living to a great extent. That time, the investment made by the working person becomes useful source of income of the family. So with this points are covered in the benefits of investment planning. Next, moving on to the objectives of investment planning. We have safety, income, growth of capital, liquidity, and tax minimization as the objectives of investment planning. The objectives of investment planning tells us what is the reason for an individual to make investment planning. The reasons for an individual to make investment planning is, first of all, safety. So one of the main objectives of investment planning is safety of the family and members in terms of finance. So one should invest in safe investment vehicles rather than unsafe or risky investment avenues. The second objective is income. In order to generate greater income, we need to invest in higher risk investment vehicles to get a higher income from it. Investors must analyze properly, evaluate the risk return ratios, and accordingly invest in appropriate asset classes in order to enjoy the benefit of maximization of returns. Hence, investment planning is very important. The third objective of investment planning is growth of capital. Capital gain is different from the returns in the sense that they are only realized when the securities are sold at a higher price than the price in which it was originally purchased. Selling at a lower price leads to capital loss. Therefore, investors who want capital gains should invest in securities for a longer period of time. The next objective of proper investment planning is tax minimization. An investor may take up those investments in order to opt for tax minimization as a part of his investment strategy. For example, a rich businessman may want to seek those investments with a favorable tax income in order to reduce the tax. Last but not least is liquidity. Many investments are liquid, which means they can be converted into cash. But achieving this level of liquidity requires sacrifice of certain level of income. So these are the objectives of investment planning. With this, we come to the end of the video. Thank you. Have a nice day.